Saturday night's main event took place this past weekend. I was under the impression that it was going to be a 4-match card, and they threw in the United States Championship match at the last minute, made it a 5-card match, or a 5-match card, I should say. That's absolutely fine. Did you get a chance to see the show?
I did, yes.
You did. Any shock that they opened with that tag match? Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker against CM Punk and Sami Zayn.
No. Like I'm still kind of confused what the hell this is. Is this like a new like semi pay-per-view, or is it just like another Monday on Saturday?
It's technically an NBC special event.
So like a dark match, but not really?
No.
Dark match in the light?
It's their opportunity to somewhat stay on national television. So what happens is that while this does air on the Peacock, I said the Peacock. While it still airs on Peacock, it's also live on the air on NBC. Raw's on Netflix. SmackDown's on USA, so they no longer have an attachment to regular national television. This is their way to kind of still keep that, and that's an agreement they've made through Peacock. Peacock is owned by NBC, so as a special event, they say, hey, every now and then, can you just throw us a bone, give us a small little show or something that we can throw on the television while you guys rock out with your Peacocks out. And so every now and again now they've brought in Saturday Night Main Event as that opportunity to do that. And that's what this is. It doesn't, if you notice based on the production too, they don't give you they're giving you what looks like a house show setup. It looks like a house show setup. It feels like a house show setup.
It feels very small.
Yeah. It's very intimate, very small. And, which was another reason why, the show starts off and you start singing Seth Rollins. I'm like, oh, man, we're starting with this? Okay, cool. I actually thought it might be the main event, to be honest with you. I know that Jey Uso was the world champ, but goddamn, that entrance is a great way to start a fucking show, dude. It just is. Which sucks. I don't want to pigeonhole him. I don't want to pigeonhole him in that slot, and they didn't do that here. They made him the main event, which is dope. But fuck, when that song hits, the building goes fucking bananas. But we are here. Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker, CM Punk, Sami Zayn. We're not going to go blow for blow, but at the same time, I loved how this match started. Clear baby faces, clear heels. Shine those babies up. But we got a nice little surprise at the end. Bronson Reed, big Bronson Reed, comes back from injury. We think there's still going to be some beef between him and Rollins. No, sir, at all. The beef has been squashed. And now we have a full-fledged team of Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, Big Bronson Reed with Paul Heyman at the helm. I like this team.
I like it. I was just saying when I saw that, I'm like, I don't know, something about these like Seth Rollins leading these guys could do so much for them and for him, but for them, I don't know. I like this group. This is good so far. We'll see what they do with it.
If I'm Seth, you need to be very, very careful. When Triple H was a part of DX, he was known very much for being in DX and being a DX guy. And when he left, he went really hard on being a singles guy. He didn't want to be attached to any other groups. He just wanted to be Triple H. But when he started to do the Evolution deal, in the beginning anyway, there was a lot of people trying to compare it to DX, trying to compare it to the group. They ended up being a very different group from the Generation X, which was great. And they were all talented enough to get past the comparison. It never really became a thing. So that's good. He was able to be a part of two of the best stables of all time without the two worlds blending. Seth needs to be careful. Because it's Seth, it's Braun Breaker, it's Bronson Reed, it's three people. You don't want to start getting Shield comparisons, right? Now, it's not going to happen that way. They're not coming through the crowd. That's not the agenda. I get all that. But they got whatever the plan is for this group. Just have a clear fucking vision for it. Don't let these people start getting into their heads. Rollins is part of another 3-man group.
No, I don't even see that. How that would happen. I'm looking at this as this is his group, not he's in a group.
I know, but that's how you see it. You're a logical, intelligent human being. There's some fickle fucking people out here that are just gonna go, another Shield. It's gonna happen because there's a fucking bunch of mouth breathers who watch this shit that I gotta sit there and just go, you know, I made a mess, Ma. Seth's with the Shield again, Ma. He's got a new Shield, Ma. They're bigger and fatter than before.
He's gonna have a feud with Roman at some point, and they're all gonna be wearing the get up, and they're gonna come through the crowd. Get ready.
They're gonna surround the ring. Like the Shield. Yep. They're going to start surrounding the ring.
Wearing the gear and everything. Get ready.
Man. They're going to put Roman through a table, triple powerbomb. I'm telling you, stay away from that shit. Please.
Nah, run it. Don't listen to him.
Run it.
It's clear. There's no confusion here. It is clear. There is a difference between the Shield and what's going on here. That is a clear vision.
There is.
If you cannot identify it,
then you're an
idiot. That's your problem. Don't rob me of a fun thing because you're too stupid.
A fun thing. Don't rob me of a fun thing.
Realize what's going on.
Yeah. He said, don't ruin a fun thing for me. So that was a hell of an ending. I did you see that tsunami on Punk? Loved it. Completely unprotected.
Yeah, it was good. I like the way I actually specifically, when I saw that, I don't know if he's done it before, but I like the, I don't even know if you're like actually legitimately stumbled, but when he came off, he did this. Like,
yes, I know what you're talking about.
With his arms.
Yeah.
And it was really good. Like it really emphasized the move.
I hope
that was on purpose because I like that a lot.
He didn't pose or anything up there. It wasn't like he went to the top rope and then waited a second and then he got up and then came down. That was it. Up and then he just like a flail. Yeah, he was like a 300 or 400 pound dolphin. He just fucking came down and splashed him.
It was awesome.
Man. Oh yeah.
I was like, he's been practicing that for sure.
Oh yeah, that's the move. That's the move that's gonna get him over. So I love this group. I love the fact that it was Sammy and Punk that were in the ring when the whole thing happened. Gives them more credibility. They're beating top guys as opposed to just going through J-Bones. Like Rusev out here beating up Tozawa. No one gives a fuck. But Bronson Reed's out here splashing bitches. He's out here splashing main eventers. And that's what you want to see out of your next fucking top heel group. And Seth is obviously going to be the singles guy. They've put that out there. That he's looking for the World's Heavyweight Championship. He's looking for Jey Uso. Breakker and Bronson as a fucking team? Who's fucking with him? You got nobody. I don't even know if I would make him a team, to be honest with you. There's no one in WWE fucking with Braun Breakker.
They're a team right now through...
osmosis, just right there.
What's the word I'm looking for?
By default.
Yeah, we'll go with that. The better word eludes me, but yes, they're kind of a team just because right now. So use it.
Yeah, well,
destroy them
against who?
I don't know. Have them take the belts at some point or something.
Take the belts from New Day. I'm cool with that. But like, who they? Okay,
cool.
so
in a way of what? Like, I'm good on that, or like,
no,
cool, like
take him off New Day.
Okay, yeah.
Breakker and Bronson Reed. The tag team champions over New Day? Oh, yeah, I take that all day, every day.
Now, the one thing I would say, now that we're talking about it, that I would be careful with is the bloodline comparison. That I would be more worried about than
there has been,
Shield comparison.
There has been some talk as well.
That I would be a little bit more worried about. But look, new people, I like all these people. See, you had to sell me on the Usos. That took time. I'm already sold on these two guys, so fucking go for it.
Yeah, you
I'm
can
with
stop selling.
Yeah.
Our next match, Zelina Vega defended the United States Championship against Chelsea Green, of course accompanied by the Secret Hervis. I already pretty much broke down this match. Swift kick in the fucking face and a dope new default pick for Chelsea Green with the bloody teeth and the bloody lip and all that other stuff. I was watching that. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be completely 100% honest with you. As a wrestler, I'm watching her do the 619. It's, the momentum wasn't there. She's too small. Didn't get a nice little whip around. I get it. Let's figure something out, right? We can get out of this. Okay? What I don't need you to do is to be upset that you didn't do the move and just haul off and kick me in my fucking face. That's what I don't need. Let's work together. Use your fucking words. Can we have listen, I'll catch your leg. I'll bring you to the mat. I'll pin you, right? Because it's all one fluid motion. Looks like I'm fucking you up. I'll pin you 1, 2. I'll put the fucking neck vice on you. Let's have a conversation, all right? Don't do a 619, get embarrassed, and go, oh my God, what am I going to do? Oh, I know. Whap! And just fucking break my fucking face. I'm going to take that one personally. A little bit. That's one of those situations I told the boys in the back. That's a conversation. We go in the back now, and now we have to have a conversation. How this ends is how it ends, but this needs to be addressed. You're not just going to panic and kick me in the face. This is not going to happen like that. Just haul off and just kick a motherfucker in the face. Now, I'm pretty sure she was trying to work it. I don't think she's the kind of person to try to break a face or like permanently injure somebody. But her emotions were high. I could tell the pressure of trying to make this title reign work, because if it doesn't, she knows what happens next. It's off to the goulash for you. She's getting sent to the nether. We're never going to see Zelina Vega again if this title reign doesn't work right. And she knows that. So she's getting desperate, but you can't just...
She shouldn't have it to begin with. I don't understand why they never properly utilized Chelsea. They used her for what she was good for. They put her on the screen a few times. She had a really good couple solo promos, no storylines. If so, nothing with longevity. And then before I know it, she loses the belt. I don't understand.
It still turned up on it because she lost the belt, and all of a sudden she's wearing black. She's in mourning. She's lost the championship. She doesn't know who she is anymore. She's lost her identity. And then they give her the rematch, and she comes back with the fucking sparkly American flag gear, and she goes, yes, I get a second opportunity. She just knows how to work this shit. Her character
She should have never lost it. They never gave her a chance to run with it. I don't understand.
You remember Walk Hard, Dewey, the Dewey story or whatever, from fucking the dude from Shake and Bake. What's his fucking name?
Makes sense. I remember vaguely.
Yeah. Remember the dude, there was an unfortunate machete accident. He had cut his brother in half. He was like, I've been halved. It's like, and then the fucking father sees it. It's like, it was an accident, Daddy. He's been halved. And he goes, the wrong kid died. That's what happened here. The wrong kid died. They took the belt off the wrong fucking one. Everything you told me about Lyra makes 100% sense. She has absolutely turned up the heat, and she's gotten a lot better. But think about it for a second. Would you be feeling it even more if she was chasing Becky as opposed to just being the champion? Let's say Becky would have fucked her out of the title. And now she's coming back, and think of the same promos you're listening to, but now she's firing up and she's coming after this chick for screwing her out of a championship. I personally, I think that would have meant more. That's why I keep joking. It's like they beat the wrong one. Chelsea was still getting the momentum. She was over.
I just don't think Chelsea had her chance.
I don't think so either.
She won it. She did what everyone thought she was going to do with it and make it entertaining, but she didn't have a story.
No,
she didn't run anything, so I don't get it.
She screwed herself the minute.
Not for Zelina Vega. Like, I don't really.
That's
know.
Another one. Zelina of all people on that roster. She didn't lose to Charlotte Flair. She lost to Zelina Vega. This is the problem. She took Zack Ryder's seed within her, and the WWE said, ooh, I smell jobber. I smell it. Oh, you've procreated with our previous famous jobber. Oh, okay. I've seen now what's happening here. They are Zack Rydering her right now. She's fighting through it. Like, this is what Zack had to do on a daily basis for fucking years. Just fight through it. Just a grind every fucking TV taping to just stay over, regardless of what the booking's doing to you. Just stay fucking over. Any way you could do it. You're going to win a belt? Okay, I'm going to put the belt over. We're going to take the belt from you. That's fine. I'm going to do a whole thing where I'm still going to fucking put myself over in search of the belt. Like, whatever they throw at Chelsea, she fucking makes it work. Every single fucking time. She's made Alba Fire interesting for no reason at all whatsoever. For shits and giggles. I think she's doing it as a fucking challenge at this point. So it is what it is. Mm-hmm. Our next match was the shortest match of the night, and damn sure should have been. John Cena in a non-title match against R-Truth. Tell me you saw that entrance, because I couldn't breathe for several minutes.
You know what this was? You know what my brain instantly thought of when this shit was going on? I don't know if you ever played Ocarina of Time or any Zelda game.
Yeah.
But you know how Zelda has like that shadow that he has to fight?
Right.
And he can mirror your moves and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's what this looked like. It was a white Cena versus black Cena, dude. Even his body build looked exactly the same. This was the shadow of John Cena. This shit was... I love this, by the way. This was phenomenal.
Coming out to the music was fucking amazing. And he did the whole entrance.
Perfect.
The whole entrance. Toadstool, let's go to work.
The towel, the runs up to the ring, everything. He did even the way he stood there. Did you see the way he stood in the ring with like his arms kind of like behind his torso a little bit, like Cena does? Dude, this was crazy.
This was fucking amazing. And you know what? 4 minutes and 25 seconds. It should have been short, but at the same time, that finish when he grabs the belt. And Ron catches him. He's looking at him. And the whole audience is like, please, John, don't fucking do it. And he fucking hands the belt back to the referee. And the crowd popped. Popped. And then he fucking low blows him. And he fucking does the AA. And it's over. And it kind of gives you this feeling like the plan's going to work. The plan is going to work. He's going to turn back to a babyface by the end of this, and they're going to fucking go nuts.
Dude. No, dude, I'm telling you. The crazy thing is, because the more we see him perform this, the more the genius is coming. Like, I feel like he's just trying to prove a point to, like, it doesn't matter if I try to be face or if I do this as a heel. The crowd reaction is the same. I'm going to get booed when I come out. I'm going to do something in the ring that make them pop. I'm going to make them boo him while I wrestle. And then when I go over, they're going to cheer me. Like, it doesn't matter what position he stands in. They're going to continue to do that over and over and over and over. And they did exactly that here.
I absolutely popped when Cena took the Cena spot. I was crying when Truth hits him with the shoulder tackle, boom, feeds up, shoulder tackle, boom, ducks the clothesline, hit him with the proto slam. Oh, you can't see me, son. I was like, yo, this dude is he's going crazy. I was like, yo, this was the greatest 4-minute match I have ever seen in my entire life.
At some point, we're gonna have to have a come into Jesus moment with R-Truth, dude. And you can say what you want. You can say what you want about respecting him or whatever the case may be, but I don't think people truly appreciate R-Truth.
No. He's
This
underappreciated.
dude is I can't say. I don't even know how to find the words of how consistent this dude has been, man.
You know, they say they won't.
And you can tell he just loves doing it.
You know how they say they won't appreciate you until you're gone. They still won't. They still won't. He'll forever be underappreciated for everything he's done for the last how many years he's been here now? He'll still be unappreciated. This dude is a fucking national treasure.
Dude, when he stops wrestling, I swear to God, it's going to be one of the saddest days.
Sad day.
Just thinking about it fucking makes me sad. Like, this dude, you want to talk about, like, someone who can relate to John Cena, I think R-Truth is that guy.
Well,
Because
that's true.
I really do. He's not trying to chase after anything, but just being entertaining and having fun. And that's all that guy delivers. This was phenomenal. This is probably one of this is my favorite match of this whole thing. It was just so good to see how everything worked perfectly. It was just so good.
I did like the tag match. I don't know if it's my favorite match, but it's right up there. It is right up there. You know what was not my favorite match of this whole fucking night? The next match. It's a steel cage match. Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre had a brawl to settle it all inside the steel cage. And I never thought I'd say this out loud. Write it down, folks. This is a momentous occasion. This is the first time you will ever hear me say these words out loud. I agree with Jesse the Body Ventura. There, I said it. There, I said it. That motherfucker would not let it go. He refused. He refused to let it go. He just went on and on and on and on. And I don't blame him. You know why? Because at the start of the show, the way that he promoted that cage match was a blood feud, which is what it was. It's what it was billed to be. These guys have tried to injure each other. They have brawled outside of the ring into the crowd. They brawled backstage. They've been fighting everywhere. That's the point of the cage, is because they've been fighting everywhere, and it was time to settle it with nowhere to go and nowhere to hide. That's the whole point of this. And before the event, he sold it. During the break, when they were in between and they brought it back to the podium, he sold it. During the fucking course of the cage match, they sold it. They said there's not going to be much wrestling here. This is going to be a fight. They were really the promotion of the match, the commentary, all arrows pointed toward this is just going to be a fucking all-out brawl. They're just going to beat teetotal shit out of each other, and whoever wins, wins. And when he walked out of that cage, when Damian Priest walked out of that fucking cage, a concerto no less. It wasn't like they built to the escape. One guy's going over the top, the other one's crawling for the door. Who's going to get there first? Nope. Concerto to knock him out, and then out the fucking door at his own goddamn leisure. I was fucking livid. Livid. Otherworldly fucking pissed. I cannot believe. You said earlier that this company has got out of its way to try to fuck over Bianca Belair. I'm starting to fully believe now that someone in that fucking booking room hates Damian Priest's guts.
Hates him?
Hates his fucking guts. I'm starting to feel now. Before I was like, there's something missing with Damian. He's just not connecting. Now I'm starting to feel that someone's handcuffing him. Someone's putting him in this shitty position. Who the fuck in that room decided that a walkout was the way that fucking match should end? That was fucking insane.
He would not let it go. Michael Cole was trying to get him to change his
so hard. And the funny thing is that Jesse is right. When you have a huge walking out of the cage, for the record, folks, is not
at least go over the top.
Yeah. Leaving the cage as a stipulation, meaning that you could win the match by leaving the cage, for the record, is a WWE invention. In traditional cage matches, there was no leaving the cage. You have to win the match in the ring, in the cage. If you left the cage, all you did was just make it harder for yourself, because to win the match, you got to climb back in and win it in the ring. There was no sense in it. You can't leave the fucking cage. The door and the over-the-top deal was a WWE staple. And the whole reason for that stipulation is for the heels. So that would be a way of getting out of the match without actually having to pin your babyface. So the babyface wouldn't have to take an actual loss. There is a gripe there. There's a bitch there where the babyface can say, yeah, he won the match, but he never actually beat me. That's kind of arguments fans would have. If you rooted for the heel, and you were arguing with a fan of the babyface, well, he beat him at SummerSlam. He didn't really beat him, dude. He climbed over the fucking cage, or he went through the door, or whatever the case. It was an out for the heel to get heat. That's the point of that stipulation. That's the only reason they did that. When Hogan was the big star, it was very risky to have Hogan climb the cage, right? You don't want him getting injured. You don't want a panel, whatever. You don't want that to happen. So he always fought guys that could physically climb that structure or didn't have a problem going through the door. The King Kong Bundys, the Big Boss Mans, they were all large people like him, but it was a way out without actually having to pin Hogan or to pin Macho Man or pin whoever the babyface was. The babyface is always the individual that wants to be in the cage because he wants to end the issue between him and this bad guy. It's always the bad guy who wants to leave the cage. He wants no part of the babyface in this setting. That has been Cage Match 101 since the beginning of fucking time. Now, I know that WWE has wiped its ass with that in the past. We have had babyfaces exit the cage in the past, through the door or over the top. But look at the footage. Don't just read the stat sheet that says The Rock defeated this person in the cage by exiting the door. Watch the footage. It's always a struggle. The babyface is reaching for the door. The heel pulls him back, does something stupid. The heel reaches for the door. The babyface pulls him back, throws him into the cage. It's a struggle to get out of the door. Or how many times have we seen cage matches where someone's climbing the cage and then the guy who's in the ring hits him, boom, or like throws a shot, a chair, or something, and now he climbs the cage, and now both assholes are on top of the cage. They're exchanging blows. One guy's going to fall over. Hey, even if he doesn't climb down, if he falls over, he still wins. We just need 2 feet to hit the floor. Whoa! You play it. You get the emotion wrapped onto it. That's called psychology. He hit a motherfucker in the head really, really hard, and then he just fucking left. That was the fucking finish. That hurts more than it helps. It hurts more than it helps. Because he's the babyface. Did he really beat Drew McIntyre? No. He knocked him out. So pin him. You knocked him out. Pin him. Submit him. You're the fucking babyface. What was the point of knocking the... And then, see, Michael Cole, you said Michael Cole was trying to save it. And he was. He was trying his damnedest. But they didn't give him any ammo to use. He kept saying things like Damian wanted a definitive win. How is that a definitive win? Because he knocked him out? Okay, you knocked him out, but you didn't beat him. You can't get knocked out in a cage match. You have to pin, submit, or leave the cage. Pin him. You knocked him out, and then you just fucking left. How many times in a street fight do you knock a guy out in the middle of the street and walk off and just assume the fucking issue is over? Beat him. Definitively. You want a definitive win? Cool. Hook the leg, lateral press, 1, 2, 3. Definitive win. We went into a cage. You knocked me into the cage. I knocked you into the cage. I just knocked you harder than you knocked me. You went down. I pinned you, 1, 2, 3. I beat you. He didn't beat anybody. He just left. It just so happens the stipulation is that if you leave the cage, he wins. It's a garbage finish. And the fact that Jesse would not let it go.
He would not.
He called him he was all over it. He left like a coward. He's right. He's right. The babyface left the fight unfinished. He's a coward. That's what happened here. This match completely turned me around on Damian Priest because now I'm starting to think that either he's pissed someone off or someone's pissed at him based on the fact that he's getting over or was getting over at one point without the assistance of the writers. Somebody in there was just like, yeah, they sold Triple H on this and I don't know how. That the walkout was the best way for this feud to end. Because now we're hearing Drew McIntyre is taking some time off. Apparently he has an injury that he has to deal with. This is how they wrote him off TV. This is bullshit. Because they're going to say, well, we want to write Drew off of TV, so we did an injury angle, but we didn't want to beat him. What? Drew's the heel. There's a million ways that he can get out of this without... Even Jesse said, like you said, go over the top. Let the injury... How much more effective would escaping the cage would have been if Priest goes up to climb the cage? Drew hits Damien with a chair while he's still standing in the ring that staggers him. And he continues to hit him until Priest leans over to, while he's on top of the cage, he leans forward onto that cage, almost laying there defeated. Here comes Drew. Drew puts a chair on the top. He starts to climb. He's got the 2 chairs now with him on the top of the cage. He puts a chair down. He puts Damien's head on the chair. He goes for a concerto. Damien, at the last second, fights out of it. Shots to the gut, shots to the head. He takes a steel chair. Boom, hits Drew right on the top of the head. He leans forward. Puts the chair underneath. Concerto. Bam. Drew falls, but he falls into the ring, which leads Priest to climb out injured, but still manning himself. He's climbing. Boom, 2 feet to the floor. Definitive win. He knocked him out, but he knocked him out in a very big and visual way. Drew hits the mat. Damien hits the fucking floor. He beat the shit out of Drew McIntyre. What a tough guy. Instead, in the middle of the fucking ring, he clocks him really good, and then he just fucking walks off. Bullshit. Jesus fucking Christ. Hated it. What was it from The Living Color? Hated it. I fucking hated it. And the fact that it made the whole night for me personally. It made the whole night. They had to get his ass off of commentary ASAP. They went to commercial. They did whatever they could. Get the fucking headset off of him. He would not let it go. I would not be surprised when they come back for Saturday Night Main Event if Jesse's not on it. I wouldn't be surprised. They'll get another legend. Maybe they'll put Jimmy Hart in there or something. I don't know. They're not going to be too happy about the way that Jesse did that. But that was fucking hilarious. I couldn't believe they did that. I couldn't believe it. It's like they're trying to fuck this guy over. Well, Drew's got to take a break. Fine, take your fucking break. Book this better. What the fuck? There was no way for both of them to fucking come out looking strong? That's insane. This motherfucker just got a street named after him in the Bronx. This is how they do you, Poppy? This is how they do you? I bet you, I tell you what, a Red Sox fan booked that finish. That's what happened. And I'm sticking to that. There's a Boston writer in there somewhere that saw him get that signed by Yankee Stadium. He said, nah, fuck this. I'm going to show this motherfucker who's boss. 0-4 comeback, bitch. Anyway, the main event for the World Heavyweight Championship, Jey Uso defending against Logan Paul. Your boy Logan. Are you still high on this guy? Still impressing you?
Are you not?
Me?
Yeah. I don't like the way you asked that question.
Oh, yeah? You don't like the way I asked that question? Did it seem accusatory a little bit? No, I still like London. I still like Logan. I do. He does stuff in the ring. You look at him and you go, what a fucking natural. Natural. Even down to selling shit, just always in the right place. He's a natural. But he's not a top guy in the ring. It's not there yet. It's gonna get there. If he really does stay with this for another couple years, dangerously so, I feel like he could be a real player. We've been high on him. I feel like we've been high on him because the bar of expectation was so low, right? He's a YouTuber. He's just some guy who came in the industry and all of a sudden he's just on the big stage doing shit. It's been a number of years now. I don't look at him as a guest anymore. I look at him as a guy who's on the roster. A former United States champion, a guy who went to Wrestlemania in a triple threat and retained against Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. That's high praise. They're giving him some moments. They're giving him some opportunities. I can't grade him on a curve anymore. So when I see matches like this with Jey Uso, who, for the record, is not exactly the best in-ring worker on planet Earth, but can put together a strong main event caliber match, this one felt like a little, I don't know. This one was wonky to me. This one, I wasn't feeling the chemistry.
That's what I was going to say. Do you think it's just one of those things that these two don't make magic?
Maybe it's the first time. right? Okay, this is the first time they're doing it one on one. But there wasn't a natural chemistry here, and
Because a lot of the people that he works with is how do I say this without sounding disrespectful? Like to me, is a no brainer that they're calling the match.
yeah,
Jay, I don't know if he's that guy.
no, I
I
think
don't,
Jay's the guy who needs the match called for him.
and that's
Yeah,
and
and
that's where I think where
I think this was
you
more
see
back and
that.
forth, and we saw what that looks like
You
now.
saw that a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's what that
I
was.
think I think the both of them were trying to be fair with the match, and that's what happens. It wasn't a bad match, but what happens is it starts to look blocky. It starts to look choppy. There's moments in there that kind of too long of a sell, too short of a sell, not in the right place, too much space between us. You're not going to get a chance to bump the way you normally would. You know, Logan's in there with Rey Mysterio. Rey's saying the whole thing. He's in there with AJ Styles. AJ's calling the whole thing. And this didn't seem like that. I have to hold. I gotta hold Jey Uso responsible for this.
He's in the position to be that guy.
Yeah, and I
Um,
don't think he's
but
that
this
guy.
is where I'm gonna say, and maybe this is unfair because I can be very harsh to a lot of people. Um, I'm gonna give him some grace,
Yeah,
and I don't think it was a bad match, but I see exactly what you're saying,
yeah,
and I think some of this is some experience that he needs. Like I don't have a
yeah.
problem with it. Basically, is I guess where I'm getting at. But I 100% agree to what you're saying. Someone had to take control,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't think. Well, first of all, I think it's a champion's responsibility.
Yeah,
Although you can argue, depending on the person that they're facing, there is a respect where the other person will call it. Um, but in this situation where you get to experience level, Jay should have absolutely been controlling the pacing of this match. So
I'm always in favor of going old school and letting the heel call the match. But when you're in a situation where it's kind of an even playing field as far as position goes, I always lean toward champ, and I have to hold his feet to the fire on this one. If he
my only
felt
argument to what you just said, though, real quick, is that I think Logan has always been a heel, and all of his matches, in my opinion, were called for him.
no, that's why I'm saying in this particular situation because your heel that you're working is very inexperienced. So I'm putting it on Jay's feet that he probably should have took this match over at some point and just locked in and just said, okay, listen, this is what we're gonna do, and this is how this is gonna go now, as opposed to, hey, what do you want to do, or here, I'm gonna feed for this, take this, or he needs to start getting more of a feel of when it's coming off the rails. And so that way he could just lock in and start, even if it comes down to just hitting his shit, right? So it's like, as soon as he starts to feel coming off the round, the wheels falling off here, ask him, I'm going to lean in, throw a shot. He throws in the shot, you block that shot, you start throwing hands, super kicks, whatever you need to do to get your fucking momentum going. Give him a hope, give him a cutoff or something so that we can get this crowd off its fucking ass, and then I'll go back to selling. But we need to wake these people up because this was of the five. This started the slowest. It got there. It got there. Once the big moves started coming out, they got him. And then, of course, all the brouhaha because it was only 9 minutes. And then all of a sudden, here comes John. Here comes Cody. Cody returns. That finish also didn't make sense because Jay comes off with the splash. He's got him beat. Here comes Cena, and then here comes Cody, and then Jay just gets up and splashes him again and beats him. No disqualification, no referee involvement at all whatsoever. It was just madness and then a pinfall. So I was like, all right, well, they got there, I guess, but it was weird. It was weird. It was wonky, and I don't. This might have. There's a lot of factors. A first time meeting. One person is probably being more respectful than he probably should have been, and I don't know which side
And you know
that
what?
is.
To that point, I know this is kind of a reach, but it does. When was that? Was that Monday? Where, fuck Man, I hate when my brain draws blanks on names. But you saw Monday when Jay came out and he was talking about how like he needs to be more selfish.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wonder if
Somebody, because
that was like a weird shoot.
somebody sat him down and told him. That's what happened. Somebody sat him down and told him.
Why am I drawing a blank on the fucking? I'm so annoyed that I'm blanking on the name.
On
I
the
see
guy
his
that
face.
he was talking to?
No, the promo, the guy he won the belt from.
Gunther.
Jesus Christ.
Gunther.
Thank you. Fuck. Yes, Gunther shot a promo with him and was pretty much telling him like, you're all about family and friends and fairness, but you need to, real champions need to worry about themselves.
Yeah.
And like I said, I might be a reach a little bit, but like that kind of speaks to this a little bit into like what you're saying. Like,
Yeah.
even we're not saying he was trying to be fair. It could have just been like inexperience, but like if that is in his head about making sure everyone gets their shine in the match, it kind of makes sense. Like, look, at some point, if it ain't working, you need to just step up. Don't worry about the other guy and be the champion.
Yeah.
And that's it.
When all else fails, protect the title. That's it.
Yep.
We can work this chemistry thing out later, but don't let this shit hurt the title reign. Like,
and the only reason
it.
why I say that, because it was such a weird promo for the situation.
Yeah.
Like, for you to go out there and say that stuff after you tap, it just doesn't feel right. But it just felt like a different message he was kind of trying to tell him.
Yeah, you have
because
to be
it didn't make sense story wise.
Yeah, you have to be a different person as champion. You have to be. You have to be. That's every level. Every level. When you're the champion, you're the man who's drawing the money. You're the one who's in charge. You're the locker room. You're everything. You're the guy. You have to protect that. Otherwise, what the fuck is the point? Just give the belt to the fucking
he was specifically talking about that match. He was like, I came out to tell you, congratulations on your defense. And then that's when he started going off about, like, you need to start being more selfish. So, I don't know. I'm just putting two and two together here, but I think Gunther saw it too.
Yeah. Yes, is right here. You're a great champion, but you're here for everybody else. Yeah, it doesn't mean you sort out your own problems. I'm reading the caption. I can't play the audio, but he said it straight up. You got to be a
off the heels
guy.
of that match, talking about that match. Again, a reach, but
I don't think it's a reach the way that you think. No, I think you're actually on the money about that. He has to be, and I think that's what went wrong with the match. He was being too lax, too lenient. Hey, let's do this shit together. Nah, motherfucker, I'm the champ.
Because storyline wise, between those two, that conversation doesn't make sense.
There you go.
And it's almost as if like Jay sat there and like took it from him. You know what I mean? Like we were watching
his medicine. Yeah.
So
because he probably heard it in the back first, and then they used it on the show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure they took him in the back, and they just, I mean, again, not disrespectful, but just, you're the champ. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're the champ. We put this on you for a fucking reason. Like, go out there and fucking take control of what's happening out there. They cannot tell you shit no more, Jay.
You are over like Rover,
that's what I'm saying.
bro.
Like, it's hard for people when your whole career you've tried not to rock the boat and you tried to remain humble the whole way through because you just didn't want to make any waves. It's hard to break out of that habit because you feel like the moment you step out of that, the moment you come out your face, all of a sudden the whole dynamic changes. But the boss is, I guarantee it, the boss is sitting there going, "No, bro, we put this on you. You're
getting bigger pops than your cousin, by far.
Yeah, like. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're the guy.
Sure.
Like,
uncle,
forget
whatever
all
the fuck they're playing.
Yeah, I think real life shoot it's an uncle, but yeah, but they're looking at him and they're telling him like, you need to go out there and it's not confident and I can perform. You have to be confident that you are running this place. You're the champion. This is your house. Everybody here is eating off your plate. Okay, you got to take control of the situation. So. Anyway, not the worst match in the fucking world, but not the best either. We'll see some more efforts from both of them, actually. I have high hopes for both of them. I think they're both going to do pretty good.